Good morning, Team Jackson. Today is a day to show your pride. My name is Ms. Dutton. I'm your proud principal, and today is Friday, May 1st. May 1st means we're in the home stretch because, boys and girls, our last day of school is May 20th, so we're in the last month. So please make sure you're doing all you can to finish up strong. Today is Finish Up Friday, so just make sure you're getting on and you finish up all your work so that you can begin new learning on Monday. This is a great day to reach out to your teachers if you don't understand anything or if you have any questions along with your parents. They're happy to support in any way they can. Today's also We Love Our Lunch Heroes Day. So we're going to be celebrating and appreciating at the school the bus drivers and the lunch ladies who are giving out lunches on the buses in the back of our school and at Northbrook as well every day. So if you happen to go to the bus stop and see the bus drivers, you may want to have a sign. You can do some sidewalk chalk or just tell them thank you. It's their special day. And so we want to make sure they know how much we appreciate all they've done to deliver lunches. So, boys and girls, today's lunch is a little different. This is exciting. It is if you're coming through the school line or if you get a Jackson bus. I'm not sure quite what Northbrook buses are selling, giving out, but for Jackson, it's the round deep dish pizzas, peanut butter and jelly, or yogurt. So I hope to see some of you back there. Today, I love the story I have today. It's called Crazy Hair Day. You know, a lot of times we do these crazy days at our school. And we'll do some fun days the last week of school virtually, but this one's Crazy Hair Day. And I thought it was kind of a really neat story because, you know, I love going to the media center and looking at all the different books that Miss Chapman and Miss Gossett have in there. So this book is called Crazy Hair Day. Stanley Birdbaum woke up early. Bald Eagle Elementary was celebrating Crazy Hair Day, and Stanley couldn't wait. They had celebrated Pajama Day, Twin Day, and 60s Day. Stanley's favorite twin was Twin Day because he and his best friend, Larry Finchfeather, had worn the same thing. We sometimes have had a Twin Day here. See all the different pictures he has? So fun. Stanley was ready. He had rubber bands. He had styling gel to make his hair perfect. Stanley had 2 cans of Halloween spray. Whoops. Stanley's mother knew just what to do. She wrapped, she dipped, and to make his hair perfect, she sprayed Stanley's hair bright orange and blue. Ta-da, said Stanley. I'm a work of art. You are going to be late if you don't hurry, said his mother. So I know we've had some crazy hair on book character dress-up day here in this Crazy Hair Day. Stanley rolled the rubber bands in his hair. He gently tapped the tops of his spikes. This, he said, is going to be the day I will never forget. I bet Larry Finchfeather and I will have the craziest hair in the whole school, Stanley thought. As he walked toward the classroom, he heard his teacher talking. And remember, Mr. Winker said, Crazy Hair Day is... So if his teacher's saying Crazy Hair Day is, does it mean it's today? I don't think so. Next Friday, everyone stopped, everyone stared. Stanley felt sick. Why? Because he only had Crazy Hair Day. He got his days mixed up. Larry Finchfeather said, is that a hairdo or a hair don't? Everybody laughed, and Stanley ran to the bathroom. Isn't that Larry supposed to be his best friend? A few minutes later, Stanley heard someone come into the bathroom. It's me, Larry Finchfeather. The Larry Finchfeather who just made fun of me in front of the whole class, asked Stanley. I was only teasing, said Larry. Some days you tease too much, said Stanley. Mr. Winger said he wants me to try to be a peacemaker instead of a troublemaker. Which I prefer peacemakers myself, said Larry. I'm supposed to bring you back to class. I'm not going, said Stanley. So what do you think Stanley's feeling right now? Embarrassed? Yeah. He got a mistake, and so he doesn't feel like the rest of the class, right? If you stay in here, you'll be missing the class picture, said Larry. I thought that was next Friday, said Stanley. Crazy Hair Day is next Friday, Larry said. Today is school picture day. Now, why is this a problem for Stanley? He doesn't want his hair looking like the school picture, right? Stanley rolled the rubber bands in his hair. He gently tapped the tops of his spikes. This, he said, is going to be a day I will never forget. But at the beginning of the story, he was happy, excited about never forgetting, but today it's because it's like not a good day, right? Larry Finchfeather suggested that Stanley try washing his hair in the sink. It won't help, said Stanley. Halloween color lasts forever. Lasts for days. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's only your hair, Larry told him. If you don't come out of here by the time math is over, I'm coming to get you. You can't stay in here all day. It was very quiet after Larry Finchfeather left, and Stanley wondered if maybe he could spend the whole day in the bathroom. He ate lunch. Gross. He drew pictures. He even timed himself to see how fast he could flush all the toilets. 32.5 seconds, he shouted. A new world record by me, Stanley Birdbaum. Stanley had counted to 121, 122, 123 drops of water from a leaky faucet when Larry Finchfeather came back. Beep, time's up. Let's go, Larry announced. Picture time. If I'm in it, I'll look like the class weirdo, said Stanley. Remember 60s Day when Mr. Winger had the flu, but it came in anyway, said Larry. And he said the day wouldn't be the same if we weren't all together. You have to come. I'll give you 5 minutes. Larry Fishfeather left, and Stanley Birdbaum thought about 60s Day when Mr. Winger had taught them all those great songs. He remembered how on Pajama Day everyone in the class had worn PJs and slippers. Then Stanley imagined how his class picture would look without him. That'd be sad, wouldn't it? So he decided to go back to class. To keep from being nervous, Stanley made up a song. Crazy hair, how I wish it wasn't there. Stanley felt someone touch his shoulder. I was just going to come get you, said Larry Finchfeather. What if they laugh at me again, said Stanley. Everything will be fine, Larry whispered. I promise. Now, why do you think Larry thinks it's going to be fine? Do you think he's up to something? Or do you think your friends are just going to be really nice? Stanley stood in front of the class. Everyone stopped. Everyone stared. Stanley rolled the rubber bands in his hair. He gently tapped his tops of his spikes. This, he said, is going to be a day I will never forget. And look what his class did. They all put on crazy hair and hats, to include Stanley. Now, isn't that a great class? I know. What great friends they are. So they all were silly. So that's the picture. You know what? It's probably the best class picture they'll ever have, don't you think? Anyway, boys and girls, have a wonderful finish up Friday, and I will see you on Monday with a guest reader.